I love when we pull out these pictures. We've seen our own Jason DeRusha and Matt Brickman sporting a beard, usually when they've had a little time off. By the way, Matt's birthday. Wish him a happy birthday
happy birthday, Matt. His beard looks a little better than Jason.
Oh,
Men
wow!
of all ages
Allie
are growing beards again. So we asked great clip stylist Kristin Hoogheem to come in and tell us what kind of guy you think should be growing a beard. And we have some lovely models, too.
Yeah. Wonderful. Okay, so how does a guy know if he is ready to take on the beard, to venture into the lumbersexual zone? Is there something that goes off in their head?
Well, you know, I've always said that beards are great and facial hair is great as long as you keep it neat.
Okay.
So as long as you are willing to trim it on a regular basis and you can't just go with the I haven't shaved in 6-month homeless look, it doesn't work.
So you're saying wearing plaid and a beard doesn't count. You got to make sure you have the right beard.
Well, you have to trim it. Like Josh looks really great in plaid. And
you do.
But he also has his beard trimmed.
Okay,
so
let's talk about
neat.
beard types for different ages and different faces.
So Andy, he is more the professional, and so it's really nice to have on the shorter length. It just tends to look a little more on the professional side, and then keeping the edges really nice and trimmed. The other thing too is sometimes with the hair it gets a little bit on the wily side.
Sure.
So using a product such as a beard oil, it really tames it down a lot, and it tends to soften it up a little bit.
So are there any trends we're seeing, or maybe trends with a certain age that we're seeing?
You know, they're kind of all over the grid. The ones that we aren't seeing quite as much are the really skinny chin straps anymore. We're just not seeing them.
Too bad. I think we should bring those back.
Right, yeah.
Our next model in plaid, as we mentioned.
So this is Josh, and he's on the younger side. And the nice thing about the younger guys is they want to grow the beard because a lot of times, especially in the early 20s, they tend to be a little bit on the baby face side. So it tends to make them look a little bit older. And that's a lot of times why they grow it. Now, the thing that you want to watch out for is to make sure, I told my husband this when he was 19, honey, when you can grow a beard, you can grow a beard. So, you know.
And you'll know.
You'll know, especially if it's really, really patchy and it's, you know, you just have a few hairs on your cheeks, may not be the time to start. You know, if it's growing in quite thick like Josh's, well, then you have a green light on that.
And I love our last model. He's a special guest. He's your dad.
He's my dad.
Way to go, Dad.
So he's had a beard, oh gosh, since before I came along.
Have you ever seen him without?
I did, and I think the last time I remember I was 4 and it terrified me because I didn't know who he was. So
that's great.
But you know, then when you start getting the hair that becomes a little on the more white side, it tends to be really wily. So you want to get more of like a beard balm, something that's a little bit heavier. It acts as a leave-in conditioner and it kind of tames those fuzzies down.
Wow, a beard balm. I've learned so much today.
I know.
Kristin, thank you for coming
Thank you so
in.
much for coming in. Models, you all look great. Don't do any shaving.
But trim.
Trim,
The
yes,
trim, the balm.
exactly.
I like it. Kristin, thank you.
Thank you.
Well,